Exit. Pissed, doeth fortune play the huswife with me now. News ha I that my doll is dead i'th spittle of a malady. Of France, and there my renduous is quite cut off. Old I do wax, and from my weary limbs honour is cudgelled, well bod I'll turn and something lean to. Cut purse of quick hand, to England will I steal and there I'll steal. And patches will I get vnto these cudgelled scars. And swore I got them in the Gallia wars. Enter. Enter at one door, King Henry, Exeter, Bedford, Warwick, and other lords, at another Queen Isabel, the King, the Duke of Burgogne, and other French. King, peace to this meeting, wherefore we are met. Vnto our brother France, and to our sister. Health and fair time of day, aye and good wishes. To our most fair and princely cosign Catherine. And as a branch and member of this royalty, by whom this great assembly is contributed, we do salute you, Duke of Burgogne. And princes French and peers, health to you all. Fra, right eyes are we to behold your face. Most worthy brother England, fairly met. So are you princes English, Uri one. Qui, so happy be the issue brother Ireland. Of this good day, and of this gracious meeting. As we are now glad to behold your eyes. Your eyes which hitherto ha borne. In them against the French, that met them in their bent. The fatal balls of murthering basilisks. The venom of such looks we fairly hope. Ha lost their quality, and that this day shall change all griefs and quarrels into low. Ang, to cry amen to that, thus we appear. Qui, you English princes all, I do salute you. Berg, my duty to you both, on equal low. Great kings of France and England, that I ha labored. With all my wits, my pains and strong endures. To bring your most imperial majesties. Vnto this bar, and royal interview. Your mightness on both parts best can witness. Since then my office hath so far prevailed, that face to face, and royal eye to eye. You ha congregated, let it not disgrace me. If I demand before this royal view, what rub or what impediment there is. Why that the naked, poor, and mangled piece, dear nurse of arts, plenties, and full births, should not in this best garden of the world, our fertile France, put vp her lowly visage. Alas, she hath from France too long been chased, and all her husbandry doth lie on heaps, corrupting in it own fertility. Her vine, the merry cheerer of the heart, Vienne pruned dies, her hedges ewen pleached. Like prisoners wildly overgrown with hair, put forth disordered twigs, her fallow leaves. The darnel, hemlock, and rank cemetery doth root vipon, while that the coulter rusts. That should derasnate such soigery. The ewen mead, that erst brought sweetly forth the freckled cowslip, burnet, and green clower, wanting the scythe, with all the incorrected rank, conceals by idleness, and nothing teems but hateful docks, rough thistles, kexis, burrs, loosing both beauty and vitality. And all our vineyards, fallows, meads, and hedges, defect you in their natures, grow to wildness. You and so our houses, and our cellus and children, ha lost or do not learn for want of time. The sciences that should become our country, but grow like sages, as soldiers will, that nothing do but meditate on blood. To swearing and stern looks, diffused attire, and every thing that seems via natural, which to reduce into our former far. You are assembled, and my speech entreats, that I may know the let, why gentle peace should not expel these inconveniences, and bless V's with her former qualities. Ang, if Duke of Burgogne, you would the peace, whose want Gu's growth to th imperfections, which you ha cited, you must buy that peace, with full accord to all our demands, whose tenures and particular effects you ha enscheduled briefly in your hands. Berg, the king hath heard them, to the which as yet there is no answer made. Ang, well then, the peace which you before so vrg'd, lies in his answer. France, I ha but with a cursory eye. Ori glank the articles, pleaseth your grace. To appoint some of your counsel, presently. To sit with these once more, with better heed. To resurvey them, we will suddenly pass our accept and peremptory answer. England, brother we shall, go v and seekly Exeter. And brother Clarence, and you brother Gloucester. Warwick and Huntington, go with the king. And take with you free power, to ratify. Augment or alter as your wisdom's best. Shall see advantageable for our dignity. Anything in or out of our demands. And we'll consent thereto, will you, fair sister? Go with the princes, or stay here with Versus. Qui, our gracious brother, I will go with them. Happily a woman's voice may do some good. When articles too nicely vrg'd, be stood on. England, yet lo our cousin Catherine here with these. She is our capital demand, compressed within the forank of our articles. Qui she hath good lo. Exeunt, omnes. Manet King and Catherine. King, fair Catherine and most fair. Will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier terms, such as will enter at a lady's ear, and plead his low suit to her gentle heart? Cath, your majesty shall mock at me, I cannot speak. Your England. King, O fair Catherine, if you will allow me soundly with your French heart, I will be glad to hear you confess it brokenly with your English tongue. Do you like me, Kate, Cath? Pardon moi, I cannot tell what is like me. King, an angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel. Cath, quidit ilque sways semblable less anges. Lady, owie veriment, soft foster grace, ainsi dit ill. King, I said so, dear Catherine, and I must not blush to affirm it. Cath, o bon Dieu, les langues des hommes sont pleines de tromperies. King, what says she, fair one, that the tongues of men are full of deceits? Lady, owie dat de tongues of demands is be full of deceits. Dat is de princess. King, the princess is the better Englishwoman. If faith, Kate, my wooing is fit for thy understanding, I am glad thou canst speak no better English. For if thou couldst thou wouldst find me such a plain king, that thou wouldst think I had sold my farm to buy my crown. I know no ways to mince it and low, but directly to say, I low you. Then if you vrge me farther than to say, do you in faith, I wear out my sweet. G you me your answer, if ith do, and so clap hands and a bargain. How say you, Lady, Cath? Soft foster honer me understand well. King, marry, if you would put me to verses, or to dance for your sake, Kate, why you did me. For the one I ha neither words nor measure, and for the other I ha no strength in measure, yet a reasonable measure in strength. If I could win a lady at leapfrog, or by vauding into my saddle with my armor on my backy, the correction of bragging be it spoken, I should quickly leap into a wife. Or if I might buffet for my low, or bound my horse for her fours, I could lay on like a butcher, and sit like a ayak in apes, newer off. But before God, Kate, I cannot look greenly, nor gasp out my eloquence, nor I ha no cunning in protestation, onely downright oaths, which I newer vsc till vrg'd, nor newer break for vrging. If thou canst allow a fellow of this temper, Kate, whose face is not worth sun-burning, that newer looks in his glass for low of anything he sees there, let thine eye be thy cook. I speak to thee plain soldier. If thou canst allow me for this, take me. If not, to say to thee that I shall die is true, but for thy low by the no, yet I allow thee too. And while thou liest, dear Kate, take a fellow of plain and coined constancy, for he perforce must do thee right, because he hath not the gift to woo in other places. For these fellows of infinite tongue, that can rhyme themselves into ladies' fours, they do always reason themselves out again. What? A speaker is but a prater, a rhyme is but a ballad. A good leg will fall, a straight backy will stoop, a blacky beard will turn white, a curled pate will grow bald, a fair face will wither, a full eye will wax hollow. But a good heart, Kate, is the sun and the moon, or rather the sun and not the moon, for it shines bright and newer changes but keeps his course truly. If thou would ha such a one, take me, and take me, take a soldier, take a soldier, take a king. And what say'st thou then to my low? Speak, my fair, and fairly I pray thee. Cath, is it possible dat I sold loud to enemy of France? King, no, it is not possible you should loud the enemy of France, Kate, But in allowing me, you should allow the friend of France, for I allow France so well that I will not part with a village of it. I will ha it all mine. And Kate, when France is mine, and I am yours, then yours is France, and you are mine. Cath, I cannot tell what is dat. King, no, Kate. I will tell thee in French, which I am sure will hang upon my tongue, like a new married wife about her husband's neck, hardly to be shook off. I quan sur la possession de France, and quan vous os la possession de moi. Let me see, what then? Saint Denis be my speed, donc vostre est France, and vous ests mien. It is as easy for me, Kate, to conquer the kingdom as to speak so much more French. I shall newer moo thee in French, bien less it be to laugh at me. Cath, sauf vostre honor, le François que vous parlez, il en melius que el anglois lequel I parle. King, no faith is not, Kate, but thy speaking of my tongue, and I thine, most truly falsely, must needs be granted to be much at one. But Kate, dost thou wie understand thus much English? Canst thou allow me? Cath, I cannot tell. King, can any of your neighbors tell, Kate? I'll ask them. Come, I know thou allowest me. And at night when you come into your closet, you'll let question this gentlewoman about me. And I know, Kate, you will to her dispraise those parts in me that you allow with your heart. But good Kate, mock me mercifully, the rather gentle princess, because I allow thee cruelly. If you're thou beest mine, Kate, as I ha a sawing faith within me tells me thou shalt, I get thee with scambling, and thou must therefore needs prow a good soul to your breeder. Shall not thou and I, between St. Denis and St. George, compound a boy, half French, half English, that shall go to Constantinople and take the Turk by the beard? Shall we not? What say'st thou, my fair flower de luce? Kate, I do not know dat. King, no, 'tis hereafter to know, but now to promise. But now promise, Kate, you will endower for your French part of such a boy, and for my English moiety take the word of a king and a bachelor. How answer you? La plus belle Catherine du monde mon treasure and du en ds. Cath, your majesty offers French enough to deceive you de most sage damoiselle dat is en France. King, now fie upon my false French. By mine honor in true English, I allow thee, Kate. By which honor I dare not swear thou allowest me, yet my blood begins to flatter me that thou dost, notwithstanding the poor and bien tempering effect of my visage. Now beshrew my father's ambition, he was thinking of sewell wars when he got me, therefore was I created with a stubborn outside, with an aspect of iron, that when I come to woo ladies I fright them. But in faith, Kate, the elder I wax, the better I shall appear. My comfort is, that old age, that ill layer VP of beauty, can do no more spoil vpon my face. Thou hast me if thou hast me at the worst, and thou shalt wear me, if thou wear me, better and better. And therefore tell me, most fair Catherine, will you ha me? Put off your maiden blushes, oft the thoughts of your heart with the looks of an empress, take me by the hand, and say, Harry of England, I am thine. Which word thou shalt no sooner bless mine ear withal, but I will tell thee aloud, England is thine, Ireland is thine, France is thine, and Henry Plantagenet is thine. Who, though I speak it before his face, if he be not fellow with the best king, thou shalt find the best king of good fellows. Come your answer in broken music, for thy voice is music, and thy English broken. Therefore, queen of all, Catherine, break thy mind to me in broken English. Wilt thou ha me? Cath, dat is as it shall please de Roy mon peer. King, nay, it will please him well, Kate. It shall please him, Kate. Cath, den it shall also content me. King, vipon that I kiss your hand, and I call you my queen. Cath, lace mon seigneur lace me foy. I ne views point que vous abbes vostre grandius, en basant lamendi, un noster seigneur indigni serotur excuse moi. I vous supply mon tres puissant seigneur. King, then I will kiss your lips, Kate. Cath, les dames and damoiselles pour Esther baisy duant. Leur nopsies, il net pas le costume de France. King, Madame, my interpreter, what says she? Lady, dat it is not be de fashion pour la ladies of France, I cannot tell what is buis in English. King, to kiss. Lady, your majesty entendre better que moi. King, it is not a fashion for the maids in France to kiss before they are married, would she say? Lady, au veriment. King, O Kate, nice customs cursey to great kings. Dear Kate, you and I cannot be confined within the weak list of a country's fashion. We are the makers of manners, Kate, and the liberty that follows our places stops the mouth of all fine faults, as I will do yours, for folding the nice fashion of your country in denying me a kiss. Therefore, patiently and yielding, you ha witchcraft in your lips, Kate, there is more eloquence in a sugar touch of them than in the tongues of the French council, and they should sooner persuade Harry of England than a general petition of monarchs. Here comes your father. Enter the French power and the English lords. Berg, God saw your majesty, my royal cousin. Teach you our princess English. King, I would ha her learn my fair cousin how. Perfectly I allow her, and that is good English. Berg, is she not apt? King, our tongue is rough coz, and my condition is not smooth, so that hoing neither the voice nor the heart of flattery about me, I cannot so conneer vp the spirit of Lowen her, that he will appear in his true likeness. Berg, pardon the frankness of my mirth if I answer you for that. If you would conneer in her, you must make a circle. If conneer vp Lowen her in his true likeness, he must appear naked and blind. Can you blame her then, being a maid, yet rosed hour with the virgin crimson of modesty, if she deny the appearance of a naked blind boy in her naked seeing self? It were, my lord, a hard condition for a maid to conseen to. King, yet they do wink and yield, as Low is blind. And enforces. Berg, they are then excused, my lord, when they see. Not what they do. King, then good my lord, teach your cousin to. Consent winking. Berg, I will wink on her to consent, my lord, if you will teach her to know my meaning. For maids well summered and warm kept are like flies at Bartholomew tide blind, though they haw their eyes, and then they will endure handling, which before would not abide looking on. King, this moral ties me hour to time and a hot summer, and so I shall catch the fly, your cousin, in the latter end, and she must be blind too. Berg, as Low is my lord before it lows. King, it is so, and you may some of you thank Low for my blindness, who cannot see many a fair French city for one fair French maid that stands in my way. French king, yes my lord, you see them perspectually, the cities turned into a maid, for they are all geodled with maiden walls that war hath entered. England, shall Kate be my wife? France, so please you. England, I am content, so the maiden cities you talk of may wait on her. So the maid that stood in the way for my wish shall show me the way to my will. France, we ha consented to all terms of reason. England, is so my lords of England. West, the king hath granted youery article. His daughter first, and in sequel all. According to their firm proposed natures. Exet, onely he hath not yet subscribed this, where your majesty demands, that the king of France hoing any occasion to write for matter of grant, shall name your highness in this form, and with this addition in French. Noster treasure fills Henry Roy d Angleterra heritor de France, and thus in Latin, Preclarissimus filius noster Henricus rex Angli a and here's Francie. France, nor this I ha not brother so denied. But your request shall make me let it pass. England, I pray you then in Low and dear alliance. Let that one article rank with the rest. And thereupon giu me your daughter. France, take her fair son, and from her blood race vp. Issue to me, that the contending kingdoms of France and England, whose very shores look pale, within eye of each other's happiness, may cease their hatred, and this dear conjunction plant neighborhood and Christian-like accord in their sweet bosoms, that newer war adduance his bleeding sword, twixt England and fair France. Lords, amen. King, now welcome Kate, and bear me witness all, that here I kiss her as my sovereigny queen. Flourish. Qui, God, the best maker of all marriages. Combine your hearts in one, your realms in one. As man and wife being two, are one in Low. So be there, twixt your kingdoms such a spousal, that newer may ill office, or fell elousie, which troubles off the bed of blessed marriage. Thrust in between the paction of these kingdoms, to make divorce of their incorporate league. That English may as French, French Englishmen, receive each other, God speak this amen. All amen. King, prepare we for our marriage, on which day, my lord of Burgundy we'll take your oath, and all the peers, for surety of our leagues. Then shall I swear to Kate, and you to me. And may our oaths well kept, and prosperous be. Senate exeunt. Enter chorus. Thus far with rough and all venable pen, our bending author hath pursued the story, in little room confining mighty men, mangling by starts the full course of their glory. Small time, but in that small most greatly liewed. This star of England, fortune made his sword, by which the world's best garden he achieved, and of it left his son imperial lord. Henry VI, in infant bands crowned king. Of France and England did this king succeed, whose state so many had the managing, that they lost France and made his England bleed, which oft our stage hath shown, and for their sake, in your fair minds, let this acceptance take. Finis, the life of Henry V,